There are moments in life when you feel a gentle nudge in your spirit, a whisper that seems to come from somewhere beyond your own thoughts. Maybe you've been carrying pain, regret, or longing in your heart, and you've wondered if true healing is even possible. Today, God wants you to know that not only is healing possible, but it is part of His plan for you, and He wants you to heal with a particular soul. The name may surprise you, but the journey you are about to embark on will change everything. Take a deep breath and let your heart be open. Healing is not always about forgetting the past or pretending that pain never happened. It's about allowing God to use every experience, every wound, and every relationship to bring you closer to wholeness. Sometimes, the person God wants you to heal with is someone you never expected. It could be a friend, a family member, a partner, or even someone you once considered an enemy. The name that comes to your mind right now, yes, that one, may be the very soul God has chosen for this sacred work. You might be asking, why this person? Why now? The answer is simple. God sees the bigger picture. He knows the lessons you need to learn, the love you need to receive, and the forgiveness you need to give. Healing with another soul is not just about mending what is broken between you. It's about discovering the parts of yourself that have been hidden, neglected, or wounded. It's about allowing God to shine His light into the darkest corners of your heart and to use another person as a mirror, reflecting back to you the truth of who you are. Sometimes, the soul God wants you to heal with is someone from your past, a person whose name still stirs up strong emotions, whether good or bad. Maybe there was a misunderstanding, a betrayal, or a loss that left you both scarred. Maybe you parted ways without closure, or maybe you've been holding on to resentment for far too long. God is inviting you to lay down your burdens, to open your heart, and to trust that reconciliation is possible. Healing does not always mean returning to the way things were. Sometimes it means creating something new, something stronger, something rooted in grace. Other times, the soul God wants you to heal with is someone who is already in your life, but the relationship has grown distant or strained. Maybe you've been too busy, too proud, or too afraid to reach out. Maybe you've convinced yourself that things will never change, that the pain is too deep, or that the other person doesn't care. But God sees what you cannot see. He knows the longing in your heart, and He knows the longing in theirs. He is calling you to take the first step, to extend a hand, to speak a word of kindness, or to simply be present. Healing often begins with a single act of courage. And sometimes, the soul God wants you to heal with is someone you have yet to meet. It could be a new friend, a mentor, or even a stranger whose path will cross yours at just the right moment. God is always orchestrating divine appointments, bringing people together for reasons that may not be clear at first. Trust that every encounter, every conversation, and every connection is part of a greater plan. The name that will shock you may be revealed in a moment of serendipity, a chance meeting, or a sudden realization that this person is meant to be part of your healing journey. As you listen to this message, pay attention to the names that come to your mind. Don't dismiss them, even if they seem unlikely or uncomfortable. God often works in ways that defy our expectations. The person you are being called to heal with may be someone you've overlooked, someone you've written off, or someone you've been too afraid to approach. But God's wisdom is greater than our understanding, and His love is big enough to bridge any gap. Healing with another soul is not always easy. It requires vulnerability, honesty, and a willingness to face the pain that has been buried. It means letting go of pride, releasing the need to be right, and choosing forgiveness over resentment. It means opening your heart to the possibility of being hurt again, but also to the possibility of being healed in ways you never imagined. God is with you every step of the way, guiding you, strengthening you, and reminding you that you are never alone. If you are ready to begin this journey, start by praying for the person whose name has come to your mind. Ask God to bless them, to heal them, and to prepare their heart for reconciliation. Pray for the courage to reach out, for the wisdom to know what to say, and for the grace to forgive and be forgiven. Trust that God is already at work, softening hearts, opening doors, and making a way where there seems to be no way. Healing is a journey, not a destination. And every step you take is significant. As you consider the soul God has placed on your heart, you may feel a mixture of hope and hesitation. That's natural. Sometimes, the wounds between two people run deep, and the thought of reaching out can feel overwhelming. But remember, God never asks you to walk this path alone. He promises to go before you, to walk beside you, and to give you the strength you need for every moment. You might be surprised by the emotions that surface as you pray for this person. Old memories may come rushing back, some joyful, some painful, some bittersweet. Allow yourself to feel them. Healing requires honesty, and honesty begins with acknowledging what is truly in your heart. If you feel anger, sadness, or regret, bring those feelings to God. He can handle your rawest emotions, and He wants to help you process them in a way that leads to freedom, not bitterness. Sometimes, the first step toward healing is simply to listen. Listen to what God is saying to you about this person. Listen to your own heart, and if the opportunity arises, listen to their story as well. Every person carries their own burdens, their own fears, and their own dreams. When you approach someone with a spirit of compassion and curiosity, you create space for understanding and connection. Healing often begins with a conversation, a moment of vulnerability, where both people are willing to be seen and heard. If you feel led, consider writing a letter to this person. You don't have to send it right away, or even at all. Sometimes, the act of putting your thoughts and feelings into words can bring clarity and release. Write about what you remember, what you wish had been different, and what you hope for the future. Ask God to guide your words, to soften your heart, and to help you see this person through His eyes. You may be surprised by the compassion and empathy that begins to grow within you. Forgiveness is a powerful part of the healing process. It doesn't mean excusing hurtful behavior or pretending that pain didn't happen. It means choosing to let go of the hold that the past has on you and allowing God to bring peace where there was once turmoil. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself as much as to the other person. It frees you from the chains of resentment and opens the door to new possibilities. If you struggle to forgive, ask God for help. He understands how hard it can be, and He will give you the grace you need, one day at a time. As you move forward, be patient with yourself and with the process. Healing rarely happens overnight. There may be setbacks, misunderstandings, or moments when you feel like giving up. Don't be discouraged. Every step, no matter how small, is progress. Celebrate the courage it takes to face your pain, to reach out, and to hope for something better. Trust that God is working, even when you can't see the results right away. You may also find that as you heal with this soul, other areas of your life begin to change as well. Old patterns may fall away, new opportunities may arise, and your sense of purpose may become clearer. Healing is contagious. It ripples out from your heart and touches every part of your life. As you become more whole, you are able to love more deeply, to give more freely, and to live with greater joy. Remember, the name that has come to your mind is not an accident. God has chosen this soul for a reason. There is something sacred about your connection, something that is meant to bring healing not just to you, but to them as well. Be open to the possibility that God is using you as an instrument of His love, and that your willingness to heal could be the answer to someone else's prayer. As you continue on this journey, keep seeking God's guidance. Ask Him to show you the next step, to give you courage when you feel afraid, and to fill your heart with hope. Trust that He is with you, cheering you on, and celebrating every moment of progress. Healing with another soul is one of the most beautiful and transformative experiences you can have. Embrace it fully and watch as God does more than you could ever ask or imagine. There is a quiet miracle that happens when two souls choose to heal together. It's not always dramatic or immediate, but it is always sacred. Sometimes, the healing begins with a simple act of kindness, a smile, a gentle word, or a willingness to listen without judgment. Other times, it starts with a difficult conversation, where honesty and vulnerability open the door to understanding. No matter how it begins, the process of healing with another soul is a testament to the power of God's love working through you. As you walk this path, You may notice that your perspective on the past begins to shift. The pain that once felt overwhelming may start to lose its grip, replaced by a sense of compassion for both yourself and the other person. You may begin to see the ways in which both of you were doing the best you could with what you knew at the time. This is not about excusing mistakes or ignoring hurt, but about recognizing the humanity in each of us. God's grace covers every flaw, every failure, and every moment of weakness. If you find yourself struggling to move forward, remember that healing is not a straight line. There will be days when old wounds resurface, when doubts creep in, or when you question whether reconciliation is even possible. In those moments, return to prayer. Ask God to remind you of His promises, to renew your strength, and to help you see the situation through His eyes. Sometimes, the greatest breakthroughs come just after the moment you feel like giving up. It's also important to set healthy boundaries as you heal. Forgiveness and reconciliation do not mean allowing yourself to be mistreated or ignoring your own needs. God wants you to honor your worth and to protect your heart. If the person you are healing with is not ready or willing to meet you halfway, it's okay to take a step back and focus on your own growth. Trust that God will continue to work in both of your lives, even if the journey looks different than you expected. As you continue to pray for this person, ask God to bless them abundantly. Pray for their healing, their happiness, and their relationship with Him. When you pray for someone else's well-being, you invite God's love to flow through you, softening your heart and opening you to deeper compassion. Sometimes, the act of praying for another is the very thing that brings healing to your own soul. You may also find that as you heal with this soul, your relationship with God deepens. The process of letting go, forgiving, and trusting is a spiritual practice that draws you closer to Him. You begin to see His hand in every detail, His love in every moment, and His faithfulness in every outcome. Healing is not just about restoring a relationship with another person. It's about restoring your relationship with God and with yourself. If you feel led, consider sharing your journey with others. Your story of healing could be the encouragement someone else needs to begin their own. We are all connected, and the ripple effect of your courage and faith can reach farther than you imagine. Whether you share with a close friend, a support group, or a wider community, know that your vulnerability is a gift. As you look back on the journey, take time to celebrate the progress you've made. Healing is hard work, and every step forward is a victory. Thank God for the strength He has given you, for the lessons you have learned, and for the love that has carried you through. Remember that the name that once shocked you is now a symbol of God's grace, a reminder that He can bring beauty from ashes and hope from despair. The journey of healing with another soul is ongoing. There will always be new layers to uncover, new lessons to learn, and new opportunities to grow. Stay open to the process. Trust in God's timing, and know that you are never alone. He is with you, guiding you, loving you, and celebrating every moment of your transformation. Healing with another soul is a journey that transforms not only your relationship with that person, but also your relationship with yourself and with God. As you continue to walk this path, you may notice that your heart feels lighter, your mind clearer, and your spirit more at peace. The burdens you once carried begin to lift, replaced by a sense of hope and possibility. This is the fruit of choosing to heal, to forgive, and to trust in God's plan, even when it surprises you. Sometimes, the process of healing brings unexpected blessings. You may find that new opportunities open up, that your creativity flourishes, or that you attract new relationships that are healthier and more fulfilling. When you let go of old pain and make space for healing, you invite God's abundance into every area of your life. The soul you are healing with may become a cherished friend, a trusted confidant, or even a partner in a new adventure. Or you may simply find peace in knowing that you have done your part, that you have loved well, and that you are free to move forward. It's important to remember that healing is not about erasing the past, but about transforming it. The memories, the lessons, and even the scars become part of your story, a story that can inspire and encourage others. When you share your journey, you give hope to those who are still struggling, and you remind them that healing is possible for everyone. Your willingness to be vulnerable, to reach out, and to forgive is a powerful testimony to the love and grace of God. As you continue to pray for the person whose name once shocked you, ask God to reveal any remaining areas that need healing. Sometimes there are layers of pain or resentment that take time to surface. Be gentle with yourself as you uncover these layers, and trust that God will give you the strength to face them. Healing is a process, and every step you take brings you closer to wholeness. If you feel led, consider creating a ritual to mark this season of healing. You might light a candle, write a letter, or spend time in nature reflecting on your journey. These small acts can help you honor the progress you've made and create space for new beginnings. Invite God into these moments and ask Him to fill you with peace, gratitude, and hope for the future. As you look ahead, stay open to the ways in which God may continue to use this connection for good. Sometimes, the person you are healing with will remain a significant part of your life, growing alongside you as you both become more whole. Other times, your paths may diverge, but the impact of your healing will continue to ripple outward, touching others in ways you may never fully see. Above all, remember that you are deeply loved by God. He delights in your willingness to heal, to forgive, and to trust Him with your heart. The journey may not always be easy, but it is always worth it. Every step you take is a step toward greater freedom, joy, and purpose. As you continue on this path, keep seeking God's guidance. Ask Him to show you the next right step, to give you courage when you feel afraid, and to fill your heart with hope. Trust that He is with you, cheering you on, and celebrating every moment of your transformation. Healing with another soul is one of the most beautiful gifts you can give yourself and the world. There is a sacred strength that grows within you as you continue to say yes to healing. Each time you choose compassion over resentment, understanding over judgment, and hope over despair, you are building a foundation for a new kind of life, one rooted in grace and possibility. The soul whose name once shocked you may have been the catalyst for this transformation, but the work you are doing is ultimately between you and God. He is the one who sees every tear, hears every prayer, and knows every longing of your heart. As you reflect on your journey, you may notice that your perspective on relationships as a whole has shifted. Where you once saw only pain or disappointment, you now see opportunities for growth and connection. Where you once felt alone in your struggles, you now sense the presence of God walking beside you, guiding you toward deeper healing. This is the miracle of choosing to heal with another soul. It opens your eyes to the ways in which God is always working, always loving, always redeeming every part of your story. If you find yourself facing new challenges or setbacks, remember that healing is not a linear process. There will be days when old wounds ache, when misunderstandings arise, or when you feel tempted to retreat into old patterns. In those moments, return to the truth that God is with you. He is patient, He is kind, and He is never finished with you. Every setback is an opportunity to practice grace with yourself and with others. Every challenge is a chance to lean into God's strength and to remember that you are never alone. As you continue to pray for the person whose name God placed on your heart, ask for the courage to keep your heart open. Sometimes, the greatest miracles happen when we are willing to be vulnerable, to risk being hurt, and to trust that love is always worth it. Whether your relationship with this soul deepens, transforms, or simply finds a peaceful resolution, know that your willingness to heal is a gift to both of you. You may also notice that as you heal, your sense of purpose becomes clearer. The pain you have walked through, the lessons you have learned, and the love you have given and received are all preparing you for what comes next. God wastes nothing. Every experience, every relationship, every moment of healing is part of a greater plan, a plan that is unfolding in ways you may not yet understand. If you feel called, share your story with others. Your journey of healing may be the encouragement someone else needs to begin their own. When you speak honestly about your struggles and your victories, you create space for others to do the same. You become a beacon of hope, a living testimony to the power of God's love to heal even the deepest wounds. As you look to the future, trust that God will continue to bring the right people into your life at the right time. Some will stay for a season, others for a lifetime. Each one is a gift, a teacher, a companion on the road to wholeness. Be open to new connections, new opportunities, and new adventures. The journey of healing is never truly finished. It is a lifelong invitation to grow, to love, and to become more fully who God created you to be. Celebrate how far you have come. Honor the courage it took to begin this journey, the faith it took to keep going, and the love that has carried you through. The name that once shocked you is now a symbol of God's faithfulness, a reminder that He can bring beauty from brokenness and hope from despair. As you stand at this new threshold, take a moment to breathe in the fullness of your journey. Healing with another soul is not just about mending a relationship or finding closure. It's about awakening to the truth that you are never alone in your struggles, your hopes, or your dreams. God has been with you every step, guiding you toward this moment of transformation. The name that once shocked you is now woven into the tapestry of your healing, a living testament to the mysterious and beautiful ways God works in our lives. Look back for a moment and honor the courage it took to face your pain, to reach out, to forgive, and to trust again. Every tear, every prayer, every act of vulnerability has been seen and cherished by God. He delights in your willingness to grow, to love, and to let go of what no longer serves you. The journey may not have been easy, but it has been sacred. You have become stronger, wiser, and more compassionate, not in spite of your wounds, but because you chose to heal them. As you move forward, remember that healing is a gift that keeps on giving. The peace you have found will ripple out into every area of your life, touching your relationships, your work, and your sense of purpose. You may find that you are more patient with others, more gentle with yourself, and more open to the possibilities that each new day brings. The soul you have healed with may continue to walk beside you, or your paths may gently diverge. Either way, the love and understanding you have cultivated will remain with you, a quiet strength in your heart. If you ever find yourself doubting the progress you've made, remember that healing is not about perfection, it's about presence. It's about showing up for yourself and for others, even when it's hard. It's about choosing hope over despair, faith over fear, and love over resentment. God honors every step you take, no matter how small. He is always ready to lift you up, to comfort you, and to remind you that you are deeply loved. Let this experience inspire you to continue seeking healing in all areas of your life. Be open to new connections, new lessons, and new opportunities to grow. Trust that God will continue to bring the right people into your life at the right time. People who will challenge you, support you, and walk with you on the path to wholeness. Each soul you encounter is a reflection of God's love, a reminder that we are all connected in ways we may never fully understand. As you close this chapter, take a moment to thank God for the journey. Thank Him for the person whose name once shocked you, for the lessons you have learned, and for the healing you have received. Offer a prayer of gratitude for the ways in which your life has been changed, and ask for the courage to keep moving forward with an open heart. Remember, your story is not over. Healing is a lifelong journey, and there will always be new challenges, new joys, and new opportunities to grow. Trust that God is with you, guiding you, loving you, and celebrating every step you take. The name that once surprised you is now a symbol of hope, a reminder that with God, all things are possible. As you step into the future, carry this truth with you. You are worthy of healing, worthy of love, and worthy of every good thing God has planned for you. Let your life be a testament to the power of grace, the beauty of forgiveness, and the miracle of healing with another soul. Share your story, offer your light, and know that you are never alone. This is your time. Embrace it fully. Walk forward with faith, and trust that the best is yet to come. God is not finished with you. The journey continues, and every step is a step toward greater wholeness, deeper love, and a life that reflects the glory of His plan.